Hi, I'm Congressman Paul Mitchell. When I ran for Congress to represent you 2 years ago, I committed to be your conservative voice in Washington, D.C., to bring the perspective of a citizen like you and bring new eyes to the challenges facing America. I've worked to keep that promise every day as I push for real changes that allow every person to realize their American dream. When I ran for Congress, I promised to peel back the layers of federal regulations that stifle growth in our economy and impose on our lives and our families. I kept that promise by voting to overturn 15 Obama-era regulations that were suffocating our country, a record number of regulation repeals for any Congress. When I ran for Congress, I promised tax cuts and tax reform that eliminated special interest deductions for those with the right connections or the best lobbyists, to reduce rates and simplify the tax code for every American taxpayer. I kept that promise when I voted for the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, the biggest tax cuts and reform package our country has seen since 1986, which provides an average family of four in our district with a $2,700 tax cut, a tax law that is already creating jobs and investment in our hometowns and across America. When I ran for Congress, I promised to rebuild our military and defend this nation. I promised that our troops would have the best training and equipment to keep us all safe in a volatile world. I kept this promise when I voted to fully fund the military at the levels requested by President Trump and Defense Secretary Mattis, ensuring readiness, equipment maintenance, and other issues are remedied to restore our nation's military capabilities. When I ran for Congress, I promised to protect our Great Lakes from invasive species, nuclear dumping, and more. I've kept that promise when I worked to ensure continued full funding of the Great Lakes Restoration Initiative, a bipartisan priority I've consistently supported to protect water quality, combat invasive species, and protect our Great Lakes ecosystem. I further kept this promise by strongly and publicly opposing the proposed nuclear waste dump in Kincardine, Ontario, which, if constructed, would be less than a mile from the shores of Lake Huron. I believe in politics as I did in business. Talk is easy, but accomplishments are ultimately what makes a difference. I focused upon concrete change and action since day one, and I'm proud of the successes so far in the 115th Congress. That is why today I'm announcing I'm running for re-election as your representative for Michigan's 10th Congressional District, so I can continue to work to ensure opportunities exist for our children and grandchildren. I ask for your continued support and your vote as I work to fix the problems in Washington.